Experience Karen Hunter
in a completely different way.
Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're going to love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of The Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is Awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed. Which leads me to the ultimate question of the day that I want to ask you, because I'm reading this book, thanks to Dr. Carr. He's always giving me books to read, and all of us. But I'm reading this book about the extinction of man, possibly, right? And, you know, it really has me contemplating my own mortality in a way, because, you know, we get up every day, we do our thing, we plan. The stock market has forced me to not even look at my portfolio because there's nothing I can do about it at this point. We're going to talk a little bit about the crash that we're in, the man-made crash that we're in, and what it all means. You know, I'm hopeful. Of course, I don't have losses until I sell. But it is disconcerting for those of us, because I'm super OCD. So I'm like somebody that likes stats, data, and I'm in it every day. And I'm like, you know, making moves and thinking about things that I can't now think about. So I had to just take that off my plate, you know, and it's a little sad, you know, because some of you want to retire. Your 401ks are tied to this thing. Your pensions are tied to this thing. And you right now are suffering thinking about maybe half your portfolio. You know, maybe you've saved up over the last 20, 30 years, $1 million in your portfolio is now down in half, and you can't retire on that, right? So I'm just thinking about the human carnage in this moment financially and what it means. But I'm also thinking about our physical, because there are gates around the White House, and there's rumors of war about Iran and what might happen with Iran. China's like, knuck, if you buck, okay, motherfreakers, here's what we're going to do. We're going to tame your ass into oblivion. We about to take you know what? We just passed a law, because before there was some strictures around copyrights and stuff. And China's always kind of been egregious in this area. Now they're just like, we're just going to copy everything and make it for $1. Because we got people, because we don't have rights here. So people, you know, we got warehouses full of robots and people, you know, doing what we tell them to do or else. And we about to make everything you make and make it better for $1. Okay, y'all want tariffs? Fine. You can't compete with us in this. And they know we're going to make your iPhone for $1. Sell it to the rest of the world and you won't be able to get it. I'm sitting here like, oh, did we just, and so if we knuck and buck with people who have no humanity, they don't care, they don't have any foresight, vision, wisdom, none of the things that make you human, and they're popping off with a country that has nuclear weapons, and now you're seeing an alignment of countries that used to be in alignment with us, Don. France, England, they used to be in alignment. Canada's like, Mexico, China and Mexico. They're now, you got BRICS, who we've been talking about, but not really. They're already in alignment. The dollar goes away. Everything's destroyed. Like, have you thought about this? Those of you who are, you know, raising children, think about the next day, your vacation you're going on. That could all, like, and I don't mean to be a nihilist today, but I don't think we spend enough time thinking about, and maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't.
It makes you wonder what the Trump administration believes the positive end of all of this is. Other than market manipulation that they and some of their friends are very, very likely profiting up off of in a very dramatic way. But it's very difficult to understand how any of this works out for the American consumer, because it's based on a myth. It's based on, the narrative, it seems like it would pass a rational basis test, which is we are spurring American manufacturing, and by making these products so expensive and passing that cost on to the consumer, by the way. But by making these products so expensive, the incentive will be for these products to be created here. Well, I just think that is a dramatic miscalculation of the gravity of the importation and the specific sway that China holds over that. We don't touch anything. You cannot go a day made in America. You cannot live a full day in this country touching only domestic products. From what goes inside of you,
they know that. Trump, all his stuff was made in China. His shirts, his damn hats. You know,
They
there
did.
was a comedian that was, you know, they had some MAGA people and they were like, where was that hat made? And then the guy took it off and was like embarrassed. He knows this. His daughter has a deal. The last time, remember? Like, she had a whole clothing line.
But my general thought is that, yes, he knows that, and yes, he currently participates in it, but he's trying to change and create a shift in which the domestic manufacturing becomes the cross product of this down the road. That is such a short-sighted strategy. Obviously, it ignores the real pain that consumers feel today as a result, and people who are saving and invested in the market feel today. But the bigger picture is that there are so many conversations and real business and investment decisions that go into whether or not someone is going to put a shovel in the ground and create a manufacturing facility in this country, that it really doesn't mean that ultimately these tariffs are going to result in the creation of stuff here. It's going to result in either people eating these costs and things just being more expensive for the long haul, or folks figuring out how to do some type of global triage around these tariffs. What it won't result in is some group of businessmen in the White Citizens Council digging in golden shovels in Sandusky, Ohio, and start to build rubber balls and widgets. That's not the way the world is going to work, because they still have to use organized labor, which is a tremendous cost. They would still have to have all types of energy incentives and all the things that come with actually putting something in brick and mortar. And I think that Trump may understand, if you really pressed him, that it won't result in, carburetors coming back to Flint. But I think he's far more interested in the political messaging, and he knows that his voters aren't really going to hold him accountable, because he's going to say, I'm still not black, and I still don't represent the blacks.
Damn it.
Experience Karen Hunter
In a completely different way.
Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is Awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power, a 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.